install solar systems, urge others to follow suit. Senate set aside constitutional point of order for donkey business bill. Despite crash, crypto surge threatens financial system. Um, Super Eagles ridiculed Nigeria against Mexico. Some former players are saying that. And let's make do with those headlines. Let's go on a break. When we return, we'll start conversation from here. We are live already on Facebook, so why don't you drop your comment right there? Some of the stories we have from the national dailies. This is freshly pressed of Fresh 105.9 FM Ibadan. We will be right back.
Big protein breakfast, àṣírí ibẹ̀ nìyẹn. Bí ìyá mi máa ṣe jí láfẹ̀mọ́jú, wọ́n á ṣe oúnjẹ fún wa kí wọ́n tó sáré lọ sí ibiṣẹ́. Lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀
Ẹ̀wọ̀n fẹ́ gbọ́n
bàbá wa máa ń
1.3 billion
ṣiṣẹ́
naira.
dalẹ̀. Wọ́n sì tún jí lówùúrọ̀ láti gbé mi lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ kó wá sí bó ṣe lè di gádígádí tó. Kì í rìn wọn láti máa bá mi ṣeré. Ìdí ìrètí wọn kì í kúrò nílé láì jẹ big
Èmi
protein
àbí èmi.
breakfast.
Ṣé EMC lè ní kí ló kẹ́yìn?
Reach for your P. Finally, Euro 2020 is here. Enjoy all the matches live on StarTimes Antenna Decoder for only 1,700 naira monthly or 160 naira per day. Watch Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, Mbappe of France, Lukaku of Belgium, and other top European football stars. Remember, 1,700 naira monthly is not for some matches or match highlights, but for all matches
Because when you
live
make
on
such
StarTimes.
noise,
Yes, only
those people
1,700
involved,
naira for
they'll
all
be running
matches.
extra
You heard me
setup.
right. Only
to
1,700
want
naira
to,
for all matches. From 5th
you know,
June,
to
you
want
can
to,
get StarTimes Dish Decoder for
you know,
just 8,900 naira with 1
load the
month free
mic as we
subscription
did
to
it.
watch all matches live in
Off
HD.
your mic.
That's
You
right,
have the mic, they want to
8,900
off
for
the
all
mic.
matches. Yes,
So
only
instead of prosecution,
8,900.
they just want to
You
off
get
the
me?
mic,
Only
you know.
8,900. You can't go wrong with StarTimes. Terms and conditions
In
apply.
the
StarTimes. Enjoy
developed
digital
countries
life.
where
They will conclude the investigation.
they will have concluded. So once you are
Look
arrested, you are
at James Ibori's case. They've actually concluded and everything.
you know.
So in the UK, why wọ́n kàn fine them? Wọ́n kàn
For
fine them.
tí ọmọ yẹn that special advisor to Dapo
Like,
Abiodun.
Yes,
He
because
didn't show- I didn't mean he knew that they were investigating him.
kò ní lọ.
you know.
You are right. You are right.
They concluded investigations. They were so sure that
Òun
wọ́n ní
gangan
wọ́n dẹ̀ mú back.
Oh, all this noise.
fún ẹ̀ ló wọ ọbẹ̀ lọ.
Àfi àgbọn mi mọ̀ kó fẹ́ kúrò ní kọ́ńtì yẹn. Wọ́n ṣọ wọ́n mú.
All this
Ọjọ́ ìlú fẹ́
noise.
kúrò.
Ọjọ́ ìlú ẹ̀kọ́.
All these
My
noise, they are
family
not
loves the
productive.
new Kellogg's
They're not
cornflakes,
just
the
making noise.
original. Kellogg's, the
they
world's
make
number one cereal company.
How many
So
of
this is
those
how my
noise
mornings
not
go now.
successfully prosecuted in this country?
My tasty
Ọlọ́run
Kellogg's
kò ṣàánú wa.
cornflakes.
Many of those they are accused of billions. They are still walking the streets of Nigeria now.
Reintroducing Kellogg's Cornflakes, world's number one cereal company. For a great start to the day, go grab the new Kellogg's Cornflakes now.
From the dawn of creation, education has played a key role in human development. At Crown Heights College, the legacy continues. We have tested and proven qualified teachers, world-class educational standards, conducive environment for learning, welcoming and relaxed ambience for students to live and interact.
How
We
many of you
appreciate
people
the
have been able to
recognition
come up with this
bestowed on
program?
our institution due to our academic cumulative experiences, which can be measured in the success of our students across the globe.
For more information, Crown Heights College is located at Kilometer 5, Arunogun Road, Ojo, Ibadan. Telephone 0812 649 6444. Email crownheightschools@gmail.com. Crown Heights College. We carry the shield of excellence and honor the sword of integrity.
My people, I welcome una come our Lapo group meeting today. It be like saying some people they attend for the first time. If today na your first time, abeg introduce yourself. Wagoyo, my name na Madam this one. Today na my first time for this meeting. I dey with Lapo for Benin for 10 years now. My name na Madam Chidi. I follow my sister come. Become the strong Lapo member. Furniture. Salute Jama'a. I be Hajiya Aisha from Kano. I deal with Lapo for more than 20 years, even before them become bank. Now, welcome for others wey dey attend this meeting for the first time, make I tell una wetin Lapo dey do. Lapo dey give loan to market women, okada rider, farmer, trader, and even civil servants. Dem dey help us save our money with better interest. Dem dey give our children scholarship. Dem dey even help our women get gas cooker instead of firewood wey dey spoil eye. True, Lapo dey do us better. Lapo, improving lives.
Finally, Euro 2020 is here. Enjoy all the matches live on StarTimes antenna decoder for only 1,700 naira monthly or 160 naira per day. Watch Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, Mbappe of France, Lukaku of Belgium, and other top European football stars. Remember, 1,700 naira monthly is not for some matches or match highlights, but for all matches live on StarTimes. Yes, only 1,700 naira for all matches. You heard me right. Only 1,700 naira for all matches. From 5th June, you can get StarTimes dish decoder for just 8,900 naira with 1 month free subscription to watch all the matches live in HD. That's right, 8,900 for all matches. Yes, only 8,900. Hit me, only 8,900. You can't go wrong with StarTimes. Terms and conditions apply. StarTimes, enjoy digital life.
Freshly pressed, we're back. The presidency has commended security operatives, security agencies on the arrest and repatriation of leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu, as well as the recent attack by the Department of State Services by the home of Yoruba rights activist Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho. This was contained in a statement signed by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity Garba Shehu. According to Shehu, Kanu and Igboho had inflicted pain and hardships on fellow citizens. Now let me bring in my analyst for today. Fatai Aziz Adeshokan is here with me. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Promise. Good morning, Nigerians. Thanks for having me.
Rotimi Johnson Ojasopo is also here with me. Good morning to you, sir. It's great to have you.
Good morning, Promise. It's always a pleasure.
Gentlemen, I want you to, start with a general comment on the statement or the new one from the presidency about Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho. The statement. What's your general comment on that statement? Were you expecting this statement from the presidency? Let's start with you, Mr. Chesapeake.
Thank you, Promise. Well, I was not expecting any comment from the presidency, but because the operation was carried out by the presidency in the first instance, because the Department of State Security Service essentially work for the presidency, and but the comment itself that they have inflicted pains on Nigerians, that's what is actually debatable. Because if you're saying these ones have inflicted pains on Nigerians, or they have embarrassed the federal government as led by the APC President Buhari, if you say that, I will not dispute it, because from all indication, I doubt if the operations were really in the interest of Nigeria. That's an aspect to it. Then for the presidency to fully identify with that kind of operation that were considered not to have followed the laid down procedure for such operation is below the bar. It was uncalled for. Because the truth is, one, for that of Nnamdi Kanu till today, the federal government has not openly acknowledged from which country he was repatriated. We suggest, and I have rightly described it as a kidnap, because if you
Professor Wole Soyinka, many other Nigerians are describing it as a kidnapping case.
Yes. So, and to now still come out and identify with it, you ask that in whose interest was that kidnap? Was it in the interest of the nation, or in the interest of a sect or a section of the country? The that of Igboho, yes, federal government has every right to want to intimidate or silence him because of this secessionist agenda, but the operation of the DSS is questionable in that, special operation. They went in the night. It was so destructive, and the item displayed, because I checked the work of the meaning of the word stockpile. The way you say somebody stockpile, particularly to fight the nation, and you are talking about just 7 AK-47. What the Fulani herdsmen use to terrorize the southern part of this country and other part of the country, there are more than 7 AK-47, and there was no any kind of juxtaposed approach to silence or curb banditry, terrorism.
You are not saying that it is right to stockpile guns.
I'm not saying it is right to stockpile, but even, according to the law of this country, if you have just 1 pistol and 1 ammunition without license is a crime. So to even have more than 1 in any way, but when you are saying that somebody stockpile arms to fight the nation, I beg, it is only reasonable that you are thinking of something in thousands, because if you are fighting the nation, you are fighting the army, the air force, the navy. And I told them that even those items cannot defeat Man No War or Boys Brigade.
But that does not justify those guns found at his residence.
Yes, because if you now went there, that it took, the excuse they gave, we have to weigh the operation by the reasons they gave for that operation. Must they go in the night? Because the aim was to go and search.
Yeah, okay, we got your point, sir. Let's take your comment, your general comment on this.
Thank you very much, Promise. Like I said earlier on last week, that some of us are not swayed to emotions. 1, 2. Yoruba will say, Taba Benrowi, Ka Benrowi. And I'm not too comfortable with the statements of Garba Shehu. It has always been like that from Garba Shehu. His press releases is so embarrassing at all times. I don't want to attack his personality, but sometimes one has to be very, very responsible. If you are a spokesperson of a president or a governor, that is not supposed to give you latitude to say things that are insulting to national intelligence, not even to an individual here. I want to be very conscious so that my statement will not be in support of supporting someone that has been alleged. Like I painted earlier on, I'm not swayed to emotions. If we are talking about federal government invasion, nobody is in support of invasion. But what we are saying is, when we want to agitate, if you want to secede from a country, there are procedures, there are laid down rules, intellectual agitations. You see, you don't play in the hands of an oligarchy or oligarchies. See, some of us have grown up enough to know the political demography of this country. So let me just make my point.
I'll allow you make your point, but I want to. Okay, continue, sir.
See, because if I don't make my point and I'm being ambushed,
continue.
People
Just
will not
continue.
get my picture clearly.
Continue.
That's Taba Benrowi Ka Benrowi. I'm not in support of federal government midnight invasion.
Okay.
Like I kicked in 2005 when EFCC under Nuhu Ribadu invaded Adenuga's private residence in Victoria Island. So, and what we are saying here is, when you have an ideology, when you have an agenda, you see, you cannot just come up that who are we? Where did we sit down that we actually want to secede from this country? Where did you have the referendum from? 1, 2. Where are we in the southeast? So we should not be playing in the hands of the federal government. No government will fold up its arms. But by and large, I believe the federal government has a responsibility to have actually carried out operations in a better way. If Igboho wanted to be arrested, you understand, it should not be in the midnight where people are being killed in his residence, where people are, you see, I'm not in support of such. You cannot be killing us just like that. But going forward, we also, if I'm an Adeshokon and I'm a resident of Oyo State, I must be law abiding. I will not say because you don't like a particular face, you now be inciting public against the government, and you expect Governor Seyi Makinde to fold up his arms and now go to the secretariat to be watching Adeshokon. So the reason I said in Yoruba parlance that Taba Benrowi, Ka Benrowi. But what I'm more concerned about is the federal government are not doing enough in tackling insecurity in the land, in tackling these concerns. There are particular concerns that are actually awaken conscience of Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu. The concerns are still there. What are we doing? What are they doing as government, as the federal government? Price of commodities. Some of us that have these Pangolo cars. Price of if you want to do service of your car now. The particular engine oil. I don't want to advertise. If you are buying Ojasokwe oil now, we were buying 7,000, 6,000. It has now doubled. So is the federal government not looking into that direction? Look at the kidnapping in Kaduna. It has now become a daily occurrence In Chikun local government in Kaduna, you cannot pass through southern Kaduna now to Jos, Gidan Wire. You'll be kidnapped. So what we are saying in essence is the federal government has not actually addressed the concerns that is giving us all this headache, unnecessary headache. You see, you should not be creating 1,000 Igbos. There are better ways to deal with this situation. Igbo can be actually be addressed, invited upon. We've been saying this to the federal government before now, that Ohaneze and Igbo, they should liaise. You know, I'm not in support of Nnamdi Kanu. He has become a nuisance because you cannot become violent. You cannot become a law. Addition cannot become a law under Oyo State or under federal government.
Thank you, sir. During your comment, you said you don't play into the hands of oligarchs.
Of course.
Who are you referring to?
You see, Nigerian political demography is highly lopsided. A typical example I'll give you. The Northern Coalition issued a press statement against what the Sarah governor said in Lagos, that they are going to support anybody that aspires to become Nigerian presidency. That is clannish. You see, let me tell you something. Nigerian diversity must be conscious. The reason we have the Federal Character Commission in Oyo State. Look at the political demography. It's so imbalanced. The Ibadan dominance, 53%. Okeogun, Ibarapa. Since 1999, no Ibarapa man has ever become a senator because they're having three local governments. So, in view of that, we should have a kind of constitutional amendment that will recognize zoning. In 1998, the PDP, the only thing the PDP has done for us in this country is recognizing diversity of Nigeria. Okay. In 1998, Paoni would have become national chairman of the PDP. But for Obasanjo to have actually emerged as PDP national candidate, a president candidate, he said, no, let me support Solomon La from North Central. And that diversity must be ensured in our national life.
You made the statement in the context of Sunday Igboho that you don't play into the hands of oligarchs.
Of course.
Who are you referring to?
You see, we are in this country. I've explained to that political demography is lopsided. And once you have lopsidity in political demography, you have to be conscious of your actions so that you will not play into hands of what have you.
Let's make do with that. Now, gentlemen, please listen to. Just forget that you know Mr. Sunday Igboho or you know the story about Sunday Igboho. Let's forget about that story and listen to this statement from Garba Shehu. In furtherance of continued diligent work, the State Security Service on Thursday, 1st July, raided the residence of a militant ethnic secessionist who has also been conducting acts of terror and disturbing the peace under the guise of protecting fellow kinsmen. His seditious utterances and antics, which is known to have publicly expressed, have over time morphed into very hateful and violating speeches. It must be highlighted that the government respects fundamental rights of citizens to express their views and recognizes these as a democratic tenet. However, any attempt to build an armory coupled with plans either subtle or expressed to undermine our unity as a nation will not be condoned. Does this describe Mr. Sunday Igboho, the personality
not at all.
Mr. Sunday Igboho?
Not at all. Not at all. Sunday Igboho has been going about, and I believe the reason is, see, some of us are not too daft. The Garba Shehu statement is not it. But the point here I'm making is, you have to be very conscious. You have to be very tactical, intellectual.
Who should be tactical?
Sunday Igboho. You see, the allegations here, to me, thank God he has a lawyer, Yomi Aliu SAN. Is going to respond. The allegations there, the federal government will come up with allegations. So what we are saying in essence is, when you are pursuing an agenda, there are better ways to go about it, so that if federal government will not do something, they will not just rope you in, because by and large,
you agree that the federal government, based on what you said, roping Mr. Sunday Igboho,
because they've not given us evidences when these items were recovered.
This is a roping, according to you.
Of course, you see, as a Nigerian, he has fundamental human rights, and that's what Falana was saying yesterday on Channels TV. Everybody is saying Sunday Igboho has fundamental human rights. It should not be abused. But we are saying, in essence, is in view of protecting national security, there are more better ways. We live with Igboho here in Ibadan. He has not constituted any terror in my own area. He has not constituted any terror on Fresh FM. And if you are now saying he's constituted terror, I don't know where Garba Shehu is getting such information from. Reason his lawyer, Yomi Aliu SAS, senior advocate, should wade in and actually
Mr.
react
Adesope,
quickly.
Does this describe Mr. Sunday Igboho?
Definitely not. This is not describing Igboho. And I want to believe very strongly that there is something fundamentally wrong with the presidency, the way it goes about issues in the last few years. Because injustice and not following laid down procedures in executing some of these matters are contributing largely to the insecurities in this country. You cannot come out. Sunday Igboho has not been accused or charged by any security agency for murder,
For anything,
for direct attack on anybody
or institution.
Yes, those guns were found in his house, but to date, the federal government has not been able to ascribe any crime, any violent crime directly to him. Yes, he sacked Seriki Fulani from his residence, but those were not the allegations leveled against him. To now say that he's become a terror, if you are just telling us that because he's a secessionist, good, everybody knows that because he proclaims it, and there are more than enough evidences that is his past.
But that Sunday Igboho is a terror, I disagree.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Then the federal government must learn to follow procedure. Because when you are not following the laid down procedure and the lawful engagements, you are also promoting a people that will be lawless. It is very, very, very important. If I, as a father, am used to coming into my premises by jumping the fence.
Yes.
Every time I'm coming home, the gate is locked, I jump the fence. I've taught my son how to enter his father's house.
Yes.
So if the federal government is used to going in the night to go and raid houses, to go and kill people, the federal government that is supposed to protect the people, then you are raising a people that will be very violent. You are raising a people that will be very aggressive. There are no two ways to it.
Promise. Reason some of us are saying that if you are actually having an ideology, there are intellectual ways of doing things. Wole Soyinka, as a young man in 1964, he didn't go in a violent way. He was an ardent supporter of Obafemi Awolowo. Papa was in prison. There was an election. An election was rigged. Wole Soyinka actually went to Radio Nigeria. And those are the things we are saying. If you want to do things, you do it in an intellectual way. You consult. There is nothing you will be doing about on behalf of Yoruba land. Our state governors, they are the critical stakeholders. Our Yoruba Obas, those are the stakeholders, the intellectuals. You can't just wake up from Fresh FM that promise you know me so Yoruba is going to where? You are who?
Okay.
So we are saying is so that bí o bá mọ̀jà, bí o akọgun bá mọ̀jà, bí o bá mọ̀sà, ọjà ó jẹ́. A sitting governor, we have a sitting governor in Oyo State. There should be a kind of interface discussion. I'm a resident in Oyo State, and if I'm doing anything on behalf of Yoruba land or Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde must be notified.
Okay, thank you, sir. And that was one of the resolutions made by the Southern.
God bless you.
00323221059 00777771059. That's those are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation this morning. If you're outside the country, plus 234-80-922-1059 plus 234-80-922-1059. We have other stories you can react. You can react and drop a comment on. Bandits hold 348 students. UNESCO signs warning as ACF lampoons federal government. And Northern Coalition attacks Southern Governor, says Lagos resolutions conspiracy. Students abduction. Government not interested in curbing insecurity. So says NUT. Our first caller is here. Let's have your comment, sir. Hello, good morning to you. Yes,
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
All right.
In light of that, if he has constituted
Sorry.
anything in the area, the persons involved should actually petition and what have you. What we are discussing is within the context of Garuba Shewu's statements, and to the best of our knowledge, nobody has brought Sunday Igboho to any police station or before the SSS. So what we are saying is within the context of what Garuba Shewu issued and the federal government invasion, nothing concerns us about his private life.
Hello, good morning to you. Yes, sir. All right, sir. For calling. Thank you. 0032321059 0077771059. Different strokes for different folks. Hello, good morning to you. It's great to have you. For calling, thank you very much. 0032321059 0077771059. Let's get this call in, then we'll go on a break. Hello, good morning to you. Yes, sir, good morning to you.
Good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning,
Anthony.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank Thank, thank, thank you. Thank, thank you, sir. We love you.
All the matches live on StarTimes antenna decoder for only 1,700 naira monthly or 160 naira per day for Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, France, Belgium, and other top European football stars. 1,700 naira monthly, not for matches or match highlights, but for all matches live on StarTimes. Yes, only 1,700 naira for all matches. You heard me right. Only 1,700 naira for all matches. From 5th June, you can get StarTimes dish decoder for just 1,900 naira. 1 month free subscription to watch all the matches live in HD. That's right, 8,900 for all matches. Yes, only 8,900. You heard me. Only 8,900. You can't go wrong with StarTimes. Terms and conditions apply. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Federal government is creating
What's
more
this one
problems for this nation.
Any good news? Boy, this one is bigger than good news.
Seriously.
Because Revolution Plus Party
Báwo
is set to
bó
make
ṣe
it Salah for me.
gbé Kanu wá by all means
Chill.
wọ́n ṣe
See,
get
Revolution
Ìgbòho
Plus is
tó bá
here
jẹ́
in an
àwọn tó ń pa
extraordinary
àwọn
promo
èèyàn ní
from June
Benue
14th till August 30th. When you
àwọn tó ń
pay
pààyàn Benue tó ń
50,000
pa
naira
tó ń
for any
kidnap
of the properties in
ní
Lagos, Abeokuta,
Kaduna.
Shimawa,
If you
Ibadan,
have
and
had
Abuja, you
cases
get
of federal government
extraordinary
wiping
gifts
out
like
about
bags of
10
rice,
kidnappers
cooking oil,
and
food
rescue
seasoning,
just
salt,
one
chicken,
case,
ram, and
every other
live
person tó
for
bá fẹ́ plan
Ibadan,
ní àmà
Ibadan,
àwọn ọmọ
Ibadan,
kìíní yìí ò easy o.
That's not all. You can spend
But they
your
keep
payment
doing
for
it,
6 months interest free. Sounds
and
good.
there is
So,
nothing that
more
promotes
information, visit
crime
their website,
more than knowing that you go
www.revolutionplusproperty.com or call 0805
There is nothing.
Even though apart from the crime, the man pay consequence for
Eh, now.
or 0805
We have kidnappers,
4489. Terms and conditions apply.
kidnapping crowd. Ìyẹn ló bá fún mi dìbíà. Tó máa ń fògùn gbá wọn wá disappear ló bá ti kidnap wọn.
báwo ló ṣe
Báwo ló ṣe
arrange
kú?
mọ́tò
Can you imagine? You pack 100 people. Have you seen 100 people?
over 100
You have you seen 100
100
people?
lè dúró sínú bí i
100 people.
100
Then
àbí
you now move 100 people about, and federal government cannot locate them, and they can locate Kanu in the whole world. One person, they can locate Igboho's house that is at home that day. You know, it's somehow
nǹkan tó prioritize but they are not serious.
like government is promoting some things.
Why not use that same energy, that same
Yeah.
stress, that same stress?
yàtọ̀ sí yẹn náà àwọn tó sáàkì gangan bí kí ni iṣẹ́ ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ àwọn olúwa pa táwọn olóńgbò jíla ọ̀tọ̀ kan pa
You
wọn.
know, they move and they are still nobody. And some people are sponsoring them because guns are not easy to come by. Bullets are expensive.
Ibo ti fẹ́ rà
You know,
ibo ti fẹ́ rà tí o sì local market láì pọ́jú wà lọ́jà gbági.
Happy families.
I don't understand this country. And when you are beginning to do, if that continues, you'll be seeing more aggressive people. Now, Igboho was not part of that rally. The rally still held.
Good morning, sirs.
That
Filẹ̀
means
Morning, sir.
Ogumiloro
Era, sir.
up Chelsea
Chelsea for life, sir.
filẹ̀ up Gunners
Era, sir. Up APC. Up APC.
up Gunners
Up
up
APC.
Gunners.
Era, sir. Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Alaga.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Ogumiloro
Era, sir.
so bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí open sí o SSC on sports
Ẹ mú wa lọ.
SSC on sports
Ẹ mú wa lọ.
governor Seyi Makinde.
Àmọ̀sẹ̀ orí wa pè. Orí wa pè.
wàá kọ́kọ́ fún òyìnbó babuzu wọn lọ.
Yes
To run commentary.
Ẹ wo.
To kọ́kọ́ run commentary fún wa. Owó APC àgbà.
A máa fọ́ APC lẹ́nu ni. Nǹkan náà ṣe lọ́dún mẹ́jọ. A bà tí wọ́n jẹ́ ni.
For about a month or two, the excitement began to fizzle out. That was when it hit home. I'd spent most of my savings on the purchase.
How far I promise?
ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn wà káàrọ̀ àwọn èèyàn pẹ̀lú opinion wọn ṣá.
ẹ má dá lóhùn.
Some of the money and
Power.
wọn ò gbẹ́yìn company ìdíwà lára rẹ̀.
Kálà tó ṣe gọ́ọ̀nù tó yẹ pé mo lọ alọ́ ń bẹ̀ wọ́n báyìí ni ọlọ́ọ̀ mo lọ bá ọ̀gá.
àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ ìṣe yìí ò dáa wọn ò ní láàsì wọn ò ní láàsì akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àgbà olóde engineer náà lóde sípò engineer ẹ pé Asaki fún mi ẹ pé Asaki fún mi ẹ pé Asaki fún mi láyé láyé báyìí
bí bàbá bọ́ọ̀lù bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ọdún mọ́ one day I will not come to you again sir I will never come to you again sir if the people you want around the people that come and lie to you I will not come mo lọ bá wọn báyìí ni ẹ sà ẹ bá ṣọkọ láwùtẹ kì í sìn yìí wọn máa counter productive you see some people have mortgaged their future a long time ago ṣé ká kàlà fẹ́ kọ́ bí ṣe chapali chama yìí yẹn failure ni kò sí lórí ìlú ìyẹn kò gbé bọ́ọ̀lù sí.
wọ́n ṣe live videos ọ̀hún yẹn.
ẹyọ ẹdí ti kiri àti mú yín you don't get it so now Fakala say APC dey face life.
Stimulate the energy in you.
Freshly pressed, we're back. And sir, would you like to say something quickly on the attack coming from the Northern Forum? They're attacking Southern governors about the resolutions made in Lagos a couple of days ago, and they're calling these resolutions conspiracy. Quickly on that, sir.
The Northern Association or Northern Forum or what have you, they are unserious. Their outburst is baseless and it holds no water. And for the first time, the southern part of Nigeria have actually found their sense of unity and sense of purpose. That at this juncture of our democratic life, we need to move forward. Enough of toasting around. Like I said earlier on, some of our people are too timid. And some of us are not swayed to emotions. We are talking about intellectuals. That somebody is a professor, it not mean that person is being tactical.
Let's talk about this attack.
So the attack is baseless. It does not hold any water. The southern governors consist of PDP and APC and ABGA, and they've all unanimously in their communique spelled out that comes 2023 God spare our lives, power should shift to the south. They are not even talking about partisanship or affinity. The PDP should produce southern candidates, and the APC should produce southern candidates. So that it will be a kind of political fairness. It will even douse tension in the land.
Okay.
And that will be a way forward. The reason we are telling our people, in view of political demography that is lopsided, what is expected is fairness and equity.
All right,
God spare our lives.
How is this a conspiracy, Mr. Ochasope? The resolutions made in Lagos by these southern governors, based on what is being described by the northern governors, they said it is conspiracy. And the meaning of conspiracy based
to
on,
do what?
Based on the dictionary meaning, is a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful.
Ordinarily, when the northern whatever made such comments, that was not the first time anyway. You expect the presidency to put, the issue in perspective. That look, this thing is not a conspiracy. They have a right to agitate for it.
Who should respond to
even the federal government, the presidency, because there is a responsibility that comes, because these people, they believe they are defending their position and they are presently in office. And I've said it on this program before. If you look at the way President Buhari is going about his appointments, and many of these appointments, they will exceed 2023, then you know that there is no plan, there is no remote plan to even hand over to any other region. Because if you have many, as at 2 years to the end of his term, you have many of the service chiefs as northerners. Do you think a certain president will come and just change them anyhow? These are things that give serious concern. And the way it is going, it is evident that there can be power shift to other regions without strong agitations. And that is why I was so excited when the southern governors came with that position. Because it's no issue of partisanship now. This is issue of in the interest of this country. If you want to stop this agitation for secession and other, serious agitations, facing this country, let us be fair. And the fairness must start from the top. So it must start from the top. All this issue of conspiracy, and the federal government will turn a deaf ear to all these issues coming from the north. These voices coming from the north. But
to
as soon as they hear such from the south, you hear a response from Garba Shehu.
All right. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. We can hear you, sir. Loud and clear. All right. Have a pleasant day too. Your radio set is loud, sir. To you, good morning, sir. All right, sir. All right. Thank you very much for calling, and probably we bring on a lawyer to talk about that. Something of law. Let's leave it there.
Yes.
And because we are not lawyers.
I'm not a lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer. Are you, Mr. Joseph?
I'm not.
Okay. What about? Would you like to, gentlemen? Would you like to quickly say something about the report from the Punch about how more than 200 students are still in bandits' dens in the northern part of the country, and the federal government is doing little or more to rescue them? Or what would you say?
Sad one. Even though they are doing more, we've not been seeing the results. I don't have much comment on that. It's so saddening as a father, and seeing some children being kidnapped. It has now become a daily occurrence. I don't have much to say. Than God heal our land. Sad one.
There's been this issue that what we've seen in previous weeks about Nnamdi Kanu, about Mr. Sunday Igboho. The energy should be at least channeled into getting these students back to their families and schools.
Promise, let's be sincere with ourselves. As far as I'm concerned, I've not seen anything the federal government has done towards getting these children back and getting the bandits. I was saying when we were off the air that how can 100 people plus their kidnappers be traceless in this country at this age? It is almost unfathomable.
And they're even demanding rice to feed
even if they don't demand, definitely they will drink water.
100. Over 100.
Over 100 people, they will drink water, they will eat, and the location where they left, And in that whole radius, you can't comb and discover.
They have guns and they are with,
Yes.
you know.
So nobody saw them. They
They
just
have
disappeared.
guns and they are with
You know,
students.
when it happened,
It might be harmful to
we
them.
could not imagine when it happened in the Chibok girls, because we have never. So many people started with denial, but now it has become a regular occurrence.
Yes.
And we have had, even if there is a special course on crowd kidnapping, at least our detectives should have graduated 6 years, 7 years, 8 years that they have started. This thing is, I don't understand. And federal government can locate one man in the whole globe and bring him by all means back to Nigeria. And you can locate people going about with over 100 people,
I think
hostages.
It was part of the statement of Garba Shehu, you know, urging the military to apply the professionalism they
He
use.
shouldn't. Garuba Shehu is a spokesman. Let the president give them a marching order. After 90 days, change the head of head of the DSS. Begin to change them until they produce results.
Thank you.
And see whether
Let's-
there will not be results.
Our last caller is here. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining the show.
Thank you.
so
Thank you,
much.
Promise.
Thanks for having me. God bless Nigeria. And we have to be tactical and intellectual.
Thank you, Vincent, too.
Opinions, you know, expressed on Facebook. Thank you very much.